here we are, week 3 of the High School Blitz. Ricky Doyle and Joaquin Sanchez. We're getting district play started up for some teams tonight, and we're going a little bit off the radar for our games of the week this week. Travis Raychuk out in the Hill Country for Burnett and Fredericksburg, which we'll get to in just a minute. And then a couple of explosive offenses, Joaquin, when we talk about New Braunfels and San Marcos tonight. Knew there was going to be points scored in that one.
Yeah, and this is fun. Like you mentioned, non-traditional. You know, we see the Westlakes, Lake Travises, the Steels all the time. Couple of fun matchups here, and all these teams undefeated. And as you mentioned, a lot of scoring. New Braunfels, 56 points a game coming into this one.
Yeah, pretty prolific offense. And I'll give you this right now. We hit it on the head with one of our games of the week. We whiffed completely on the other one. So you'll see what I'm talking about here in just a minute. Let's go, though, to our Jeff Platt, who is in New Braunfels for this one between the Unicorns and the Rattlers. Jeff, fill us in on what went down.
Yeah, Ricky, those offenses did not disappoint. Now, coming into week 3, both New Braunfels and San Marcos were undefeated. Both teams had pretty impressive wins in the first couple weeks of the season. San Marcos really testing themselves by finding opponents in District 27 of Class 6A, one of the toughest districts out there. They beat East Central, they beat New Braunfels Canyon, and then they ran into a very tough test in New Braunfels. New Braunfels can put up some points. 69 points last week in a 69-42 win over Seguin. Ryan Redding accounted for 8 touchdowns. Tonight, more of the same from the Unicorns. So here come the Rattlers taking the trip to New Braunfels, and at Unicorn Stadium, the Unicorns strike first. Ryan Redding, the deep ball. Caleb Gonzalez, spectacular concentration. He's in the end zone for the touchdown. The Unicorns take the early lead. Back and forth, though, we would go. Jamon Johnson takes the handoff. Should have been brought down about 3 yards into the carry. Nope. Then should have been brought down about 25 yards into the carry. Nope. 35 yards. Nope. Finally goes down close to the end zone for the Rattlers, and then it's Prudy Calderon punching it in, taking it in himself. The Rattlers have tied things up, and this Rattler is pretty excited about it. Yes, still going with the dab in 2017. Jamon Johnson takes the pitch and is into the end zone for the lead for the San Marcos Rattlers. What a game so far for Johnson. The Rattler getting in some push-ups. We'll check on it later. Redding right back at you to get New Braunfels in the game. The fadeaway pass of sorts. That one works. He finds Ethan Dullabin into the end zone for the score. New Braunfels is right back in this football game. San Marcos putting up plenty of points. We knew this was a high-powered offense. We didn't know it'd be like this. Some trickeration. Elijah Akins, deep ball. Guess who? Jamon Johnson, another touchdown for the Rattlers. This Rattler struggling with all the push-ups. New Braunfels back the other way. Redding fakes the pass, finds Dullabun again. The leaping grab, an impressive catch for the young wide receiver. Rattlers, though, just too tough early. Guess who? We're calling Mr. Johnson's name again. Johnson breaks another big run, a spectacular first half for him and for the Rattlers. Calderon scrambling into the corner of the end zone for the score. San Marcos took a 35-24 lead into the half. But the second half was all Unicorns. Ryan Redding keeps it himself. He's into the end zone for 6. New Braunfels goes on to win 54-42. Quite the second half for the Unicorns, outscoring the Rattlers 30-7. You know, so much talk is going to be focused on the Unicorns offense, rightfully so when you put up 54 points, but you have to credit the New Braunfels defense holding San Marcos to just 7 points in the second half. So pretty good non-district part of the schedule so far for New Braunfels, and that really helps them as they enter that tough district that we talked about earlier, District 27 in Class 6A. The tests will get harder and harder from here starting next week with the Judson Rockets. So New Braunfels comes away with a 54-42 win to move to 3-0 on the season. We're not done here at Unicorn Stadium. Coming up in just a little bit, we will catch up with the star of the game, Unicorns quarterback, Ryan Redding. Guys?
Wow, so you win the game of the week, and then here's your prize, Judson.
Yeah, that's tough, but feel pretty good about that 3-0 record.
Really good about that. Really good second half. San Marcos might be a team that can compete with Bowie in that other 6A district as well. So, Ricky, I was looking through the archives for the other game of the week, going through Fredericksburg, Burnett, old district rivals. They played all the time. Burnett's won 9 times in a row, so not much of a district rivalry. It's been very one-sided.
And that's a trend that the Battling Billies would like to reverse as they head into this game tonight. This was obviously one of our forecast games. Every single one of us picked Burnett to win this game. So ring the bell. Let's go out to Burnett. Our man Travis Raychek is there. He had Burnett winning this thing as well. Travis, how wrong were we here?
We were 49 points wrong. I'll show you exactly how that played out in just a little bit. But guys, you mentioned the 9 straight years that Burnett has won this matchup. Well, there were a couple years they didn't play. It dates all the way back to 1993, the last time that a Fredericksburg team beat a Burnett team. So a little bit of motivation for the Battling Billies. But you talk about two clubs that come into the year 2-0. Fredericksburg has the wins over Travis last week, and then Lampasas on the other side. Burnett opened the year at Reagan, won that game. At Marble Falls, won that, so they get to come home for the first time. Bulldog Field ripe and ready for this one. And then the game played out. Fredericksburg thinking this is the night they snap the streak. Sterling Galban and the Bulldogs with other ideas, but a very rough start for the home team. Interception on the opening possession by Hobbs. Price leads quickly to a Willie Sabera touchdown, and it just was rolling for the Battling Billies from there. Price, an 80-yard punt return. Then they create another turnover. Everything Coach Moffitt's group was doing was working early on. How about the flea flicker? Will Flannery to Don Flannery. Yeah, of course he's wide open down inside the 5-yard line. Just 2 plays later, it is once again Sabera punching it in. It's 21-0, and we're only in the first quarter. Second quarter, nothing changed. Caleb Wilkins getting in on the act with a TD run of his own. Flannery, yeah, he's going to do the same. Just QB sneak right up the chute. It was 34-0. Would Burnett have any comeback in them? A little bit late in the first half. Chandler Galban finds Ian Clark on a 4th down, and there's points on the board. 34-7, Battling Billies at the half. And nothing really changed in the second half. More Price, more Fredericksburg, total domination. There's your story for the night. All Battling Billies in this one, guys. 56-7, the final. That's a statement to end a streak. And earlier in the week when we talked to Coach Jones from Burnett, he said this was probably the best Fredericksburg team that they've seen in a while. Well, they definitely were, but I don't think any of us expected this tonight. And look, there were some things where momentum got on the side of Fredericksburg that really let this one get out of control, but make no mistake about it, the Battling Billies were the better team tonight. They're going to be a good team the rest of the year. A very tough district there with Canyon Lake and Bernie and Taylor. They won't get to that in a couple of weeks, but they were impressive tonight. Burnett will try and bounce back next week at Crockett before they head into that really tough district with Liberty Hill, La Vega, China Spring, likes of those schools. But once again, guys, yeah, we swung and missed on this game of the week tonight. 56-7, the final.
So we were all wrong. Ricky, you've seen both these teams play. You gave us bad information.
I saw Fredericksburg play last week, and they absolutely destroyed Travis. I just thought that was because Travis was really bad. Maybe it was a little bit of that, but yeah, I should have learned something, I guess. I think they scored 63 points or something against Travis. So
very, very impressive. And they finally end the streak, so good for them in that rivalry.
Absolutely.
So moving on now, Lake Travis has had a heck of a non-district schedule. They had Judson to start out, lost that one. Tough game. Steele, and it doesn't get a lot easier taking on a quality Dallas Jesuit team. This team barely lost to DeSoto.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost easy to overlook Dallas Jesuit when you knew that they had Judson and Steele in the first 2 games. But this one's certainly not going to be a walk in the park for the Cavs. Let's take you out there. The Fighting Jordan Spieths rolling into town for this one. And as Joaquin indicated, Jesuit gave the Cavs a little bit of a fight about their own 40-yard line. First quarter, first possession, Parker Towns for Jesuit throws to Fletcher Rosenbleeth, and he goes 50 yards. This Cavs defense, we've seen it. They can give up some points.
Those Notre Dame jerseys.
Yeah, those are nice. Those are very nice. 7-0 Rangers. After failing to convert to the red zone, the Cavs turn to Dicker the kicker, and he comes through. You know that. 25-yard field goal. LT's on the board, down 7-3. Later on in the first, it's 10-3 Rangers. They kick to Garrett Wilson, and, you know, good things happen when the ball is in his hands. That's why he's got offers from all over the country. Kick return for a touchdown. Cavs down by a point after that, but LT starts to get that offense rolling, and they pick up their second win of the season, 64-45.
64 points. How about Westlake, their district rival, taking on Pflugerville at the field. We haven't seen a home team win yet. Westlake already in control. This one, Nakia Watson, check this out. Hurdling over the defender, stays on his feet though. Takes this one in for the score. Westlake up 31-3, so very end of the first half. Pflugerville looking for something. Damon Tamez going deep, picked off by Barrett Chambers, who's going to try to return this one, unable to do it. Westlake ends the half up 31-3, and they dominate 52-3. That defense looking really good.
Yeah, for sure. They put up a lot of points the last couple of weeks as well. Michael Griffin, the man in the house for the Bowie game tonight against Vista Ridge. I'm told he donated the uniforms for Bowie for this game. So
nice, they're cool looking.
Yeah, they are. Look sharp. Kyle Carter putting in work here for Bowie. In business after that one. Couple of plays later, Carter again finishing up what he started. 14-7 Dogs. Next Vista Ridge possession, big play for Devin Walker. Taking it all the way down to the 1 yard line on the hookup from quarterback Drew Cantu. Nice ball there. Couple of plays later, Jameel Pittman in from a yard out for Vista Ridge. It would tie the game up at 14, but the Bowie Bulldogs get it done in front of their famous alum, Michael Griffin, 52-31.
He was one of the guys that was reminiscing of the national championship 11 years ago. Had that huge interception in that one.
I was going to say he played a big part in that one for sure. NFL career may be over. If it is, it's a heck of a run for him during his career.
He's been there a long time. I mean, he's one of those guys. Can't believe Brian Robinson's still there.
Yeah.
He's one of those guys, one of the last ones hanging on from that really, really good team.
Yeah. All right, time for our first break here on the Blitz. When we come back, a game that maybe should have been our game of the week tonight. Hutto and Georgetown. Got to see how this one played out when we come back on the Blitz. You know it. We are blitzing Ricky Doyle and Joaquin Sanchez. I will go ahead and ring the bell for another forecast game, which very easily could have been our game of the week. Unbeaten Hutto and Georgetown. Joaquin, what do you think the over-under was for this game?
80.
Probably.
Say, these two guys got into a shootout last year, an overtime shootout, and I can't believe it's already district play in 19-5A. So you would imagine these are the two teams really competing with Cedar Park for the top of 19-5A. We know Chase Griffin, number 5 in the Raycheck rankings, trying to put in a good performance. Cooper Bell,
I see what you're doing there.
the Georgetown quarterback, looking to answer him. So let's go to Burkle Bachfield. There is Chase Griffin with his coach Steve Van Meter talking over the game plan, and it works. First quarter, Chu Wabaku. This little guy, look, he wears number 1. He's little. Remind you of anyone?
Baby D.
Yeah, those two guys. A lot of touchdowns right there, and he will be in the highlights. You better believe that. 6-0 Hippos. Next drive, look at this. Griffin, a beauty to DJ Baptist. This combo on fire all night long. It was 13-0 Hutto. Looked like they were going to run away with it. Now 16-0. They got cutouts of all the players. That's fine. Georgetown finally gets on the board. Cooper Bell to his favorite target, Caden Leggett. And he is gone. Here's, I guess, his signature move, the finish line right there. This one was a really, really good game. Hutto's kicker, a walk-off last-second field goal to give him the win, 25-23.
So not quite as high scoring as we thought it might be.
Yeah.
More 19-5A action. We got Cedar Park. Shook off a week 1 loss to Midway by crushing Vandergrift last week. Timberwolves getting pumped up to get going here at Gupton. And they strike first. Max Sexton finds Carson Neal. Put the Wolves up 7-0. Cedar Park again from the 4-yard line. Sexton hands this time to Josh Walker. Going to find the end zone. 14-0 CP. And then again, Cedar Park. You kind of had a feeling how this one might go. Sexton through the air to Mir Auser. Nice effort to pull that one down. 21-0 Cedar Park. No problems for the T-Wolves. 63-14.
Yeah, let's keep it going in 19-5A. Eastview making the drive to take on the Rouse Raiders at AC Bible. Late in the second quarter, Rouse up 10-3. They had a big win against Westwood last week. Patrick Porter plowing his way in from 11 yards out. Ties this game. Going into halftime in the third, Rouse. 4th and 1 right here. Mylan Mitchell, great physical running right there to pick up the first down and more. That sets up the Raiders for this. Ethan Moore handing it to Isaiah Poston. Around the edge, weaving his way right past defenders for the score, 30 yards out. Gets the Raiders on top. Extra point was blocked. It was 16-10. Eastview, though, comes back and wins this one. Another close one, 25-22.
Smithson Valley still unbeaten on the season, hosting 1-1 Round Rock. Smithson Valley with the ball, 2nd and 8. On the Round Rock 8, Levi Williams fakes the handoff, passes to Dorzell Hunter for a 5-yard run into the end zone. Extra point was no good, so it is 6-zip. 1st and 10 now again for Smithson Valley on the Round Rock 16, and Williams keeps the ball, runs for what looks like a touchdown. He comes up a yard short, so he would run it again on the next play, get the touchdown. It's 13-0. Now Round Rock with the ball, trying to get something going. Trevor Waz hands off to Malik Pena, but he stopped short of the end zone, and this was all Smithson Valley. Got ugly, 50-10.
Stony Point, a tough challenge in Belton. Tiger versus Tiger crime here. First quarter, Belton on the move. Connor Carruthers hits Anthony Brown. Brown's going to do the rest, weaving his way in, following his blockers for the long touchdown. That gets Belton up 7-0. Later in the first, you got to see this. 3rd and goal from the 20 for Stony Point. A little Boise State magic. The hook and ladder right here. They didn't see it coming. Tyler O'Bannon finishing off the play with a diving score.
That's nice.
Ties it up at 7, and a really good game. Stony Point improved. They only lose by 3 to Belton.
Hey, watch out for the Dripping Spring Tigers. Unbeaten, they're receiving votes in the 5A poll, but they got a big test from Hayes tonight. Rebels quarterback Xavier Martinez, dangerous with his feet, dives in for a score there. Hayes leads 7-0. Same score, it is Martinez again ripping off a huge run here for Hayes. This one would lead to a Rebels field goal, and Hayes up 10-0 on Dripping Springs late in the first half.
Surprise.
It was. Tigers finally got some offense going. Final drive of the half for them here. They get on the board. Jake Cox around the end and in for a touchdown. Made it 10-7 Hayes at the half. Dripping Springs able to complete the comeback, take it 21-17.
That's the heart of a champion right there. McNeil celebrating homecoming this week. Del Valle moving the football, though, to the 18-yard line. Can't convert, so Omar Barron comes in, kicks the field goal. It's the Cardinals up 3-0 after a interception. Del Valle on the move again to the 7. Cameron Wilkins plowing his way in, makes it 10-0 Del Valle. They've actually started out the season pretty well right here. Inside the 30-yard line, Kai Whiteside breaking a tackle and breaking off the touchdown as well from 30 yards out. Cardinal big winners, 51-30.
St. Michael's getting ready for battle there. We'll check in on them in just a little bit. But right now, time for some Alamo City action. O'Connor has never beaten Steele, but the Panthers have been getting closer the last couple of years.
Yeah, last year they were right on the verge. This was one of our pick'em games. Travis Raychek alone on the island. He's got a knack for these types of things, a knack for the San Antonio.
Hey, man, I'm the 3-time defending champ.
You're right, I'm sorry.
I'm just kidding.
I figured Steele is Steele, right? They're going to beat everybody except maybe Judson, except maybe Lake Travis, because they got the horses to outduel everybody. Let's see if this was the time finally for my cousin, that's not really my cousin, Roel Sanchez. So here we go. Roel Sanchez, as mentioned, throwing an INT on the first play of the game. Not ideal for him. Steele's Brendan Brady. He's going to make him pay. Rumbles down to the 6. Not the way you want to start right there. He would cash in a play later. At the touchdown for Brady, it's 9-7. Steele at this point because the extra point was blocked. And then it's Roel Sanchez again in the Raychek rankings, trying to call out some plays, maybe a couple audibles. Picked off again. You know, they've got the best secondary in the country, basically. All Big 12 players. This is Javion Cardwell, 100-yard interception return, makes it 16-7. So you would think that's plenty for Steele's defense, right? Well, the ensuing kickoff, and this is exactly how you want to respond after losing all that momentum. You want to steal it right back. Millard Bradford shaking off the defender, cutting back, finding a little seam, and the kicker's not going to catch him, although he puts in a good effort right there. 78 yards, cuts the lead to 16-14 at the half, and look at this. O'Connor 42-30, Travis Raycheck's a genius.
4 scores from around the area tonight. Giddings takes down Canyon Lake 28-23. Elgin all over Cedar Creek. That's a district game, 46-14.
Somerset and the man, Zadok Dinkelman, 27-0 over McCollum. Bernie, big winners, 24-9 over Holy Cross.
I can hear intern Luke celebrating up there. Marble Falls 16-8 over Crockett. Wimberley pounds Lampasas tonight, 52-17. We're going to talk quarterbacks right now on the show. They are not our rankings.
No.
They're the Raycheck rankings. They belong to Travis Raycheck. If they were our rankings, who would you have number 1?
If this was the Sanchez stock,
Sure.
it's not the Sanchez stock, it's the Raycheck rankings. I'd go Jelon Williams number 1. Probably have Matthew Baldwin number 2.
I might be leaning towards Matthew Baldwin.
Number 1?
I think so.
What Jelon Williams has done this season is unbelievable.
But if we use Travis's criteria, a little bit of what they do now, a little bit of future projection, I think that Baldwin might be in the sweet spot, you know?
I could see that. But Jelon Williams has the tiebreaker, if that
win.
matters
The
at all.
head-to-head win.
The win in that one. They're not our rankings. These are the Raycheck rankings, and here they are at the top. Zadok Dinkelman, of course, because he lives at the top.
Yeah, he's got that
for
place
first.
on lock.
Yeah, he's got it on place. At least he's tied with Jelon Williams. But there you can see Matthew Baldwin, number 3, Davis Brin at champion. He's number 4, and Chase Griffin, who I saw tonight, looked good at number 5.
All right, how about Royal Sanchez? He might be moving up after
Big
a big
win,
win for him tonight. Max Sexton, Tyler Vitt, Jacob Zeno, didn't see him tonight. DJ Bolger from Hyde Park, and then
Gotta get Ryan Redding in there.
well, speaking of Ryan Redding, we don't have him in the Raycheck rankings yet, but we're going to hear from him right now. Big win for his new Braunfels Unicorns, and he chatted with our Jeff Platt. Oh, I'm sorry, we got to get to Travis first, talking about his rankings. We'll get to Ryan Redding in a minute. First, Travis on his QB rankings.
Not a ton of movement this week in the rankings. I'm kind of using week 3 as a very big barometer and may see a lot of shakeup next week. 3 weeks of games, a good sample size to kind of know where we're at as new guys start to make a name for themselves and maybe jump into the rankings. A guy like Ryan Redding at New Braunfels has been incredibly impressive. JoJo Weeks at Wimberley, some guys that we're starting to learn more about. Only changed this week in the top 10. Max Sexton jumps over Tyler Vitt after Vitt jumped in last week. Sexton, last week against Vandergrift, looked like the quarterback we expected this year. Over 300 yards, leading the T-Wolves to the win over the Vipers in that one. The tie remains at the top, but it's not going to stay that way. Zadok Dinkelman and Jelon Williams will kind of sort themselves out. Both continue to have great years. And Matthew Baldwin doing everything he can to climb up the rankings and really put a statement on his senior season. We'll see if there's a chance for him to crack the top 2. Once again, I think more movement could be coming next week.
Ooh, he's teasing us.
What a tease right there. That's what we need. We got to keep them fresh, the people moving up, the people moving down. Well, he mentioned Ryan Redding coming in with a ton of touchdowns last week, was really impressive again, and he's standing by the big winner from the game of the week with our Jeff Platt.
All right, thanks. New Braunfels beat San Marcos 54-42 here with Unicorns quarterback Ryan Redding. Ryan, what sparked that run in the second half?
It was huge by the defense. They stepped it up. They played decent throughout the game, but second half they really brought it on and played good. So we were just feeding off them and the energy they brought.
Second half holding the Rattlers to 7 points. So what clicked for you guys on the other end?
I think we started to pick up our attitude and we just ran the ball way better, so it opened more things up. And again, it was just hard to mess up when the defense is playing that well.
Some of your wide receivers made some plays. You talked about the defense making plays, but your wideouts are some real playmakers. How much confidence do you have in that group?
I have a lot. It's building more and more every week because they keep making plays every week. They never let me down, so it's easy when they go out and make plays like that.
You start district play next week. How good of a tune-up was this non-district portion of the schedule?
It was real good for us to play a better team. Not that the other teams were bad, but this team was definitely good. They're a good team, so it's going to help us going into tough district.
Tough district, maybe the toughest district out there in the state, but how much do you look forward to that kind of a challenge?
I look forward to it because it's just fun to play and see because all those guys are athletic and you know where they're going, but it's fun for us to go out there and compete and see what we can do.
And finally, Ryan, how much better can you get? How much better can this team get this season?
Well, we keep winning, so I mean, 3-0. I think last year we were 2-1, but this is a whole different feeling than 2-1. So we're gonna hope to keep building off this and just keep playing well.
You have any fun tonight?
I had a lot of fun.
He had a lot of fun. All right, that's New Braunfels quarterback Ryan Redding. New Braunfels beat San Marcos 54-42.
Show the man some love, Travis Raycheck.
That was impressive.
That was good. That was a very good win for them. But what did we say? They got Judson next, right?
Yeah, good luck.
Yikes. That'll be another big test for him. All right, we break away here on the Blitz. More to come, though, including we will hear from Hobbs Price from Fredericksburg. The Battling Billies pounding Burnett tonight, and our Blitz best still to come. We'll be right back. Back to wrap things up here on the Blitz. Before we do, one more check-in with our man Travis Raychek in Burnett. He is with Fredericksburg defensive back Hobbs Price. Their D dominated the Bulldogs tonight.
Huge win for Fredericksburg tonight. We are joined by Hobbs Price. Hobbs, I don't really know what position to label you as. You kind of do it everything for this Battling Billies team. An interception, a punt return, an offensive touchdown, and a 56-7 win. I'm sure you guys felt confident coming into this game. Did you think this would happen?
No, sir. We knew they were going to be pretty good, and we just executed the best we have all year, and we had the least amount of mental mistakes, I would say. So it was just a real clean game for us.
It definitely was, and it seemed like once you guys got a little momentum and it was started by your interception, everything was working. You were creating turnovers, big plays on offense. What did it feel like on the sideline when you guys started rolling?
It was great. Everyone was just had a positive energy about them. Everyone was cheering. Everyone was thinking the same thing, paying attention, excited. It was just an awesome atmosphere.
I know that Burnett has beat you guys a couple of years in a row, and I think it's gone back quite a ways. Did this win mean a little bit extra?
Yes, sir. It definitely did. It's a great win for us.
And tell me just about your role, about how you kind of try and do a little bit of everything for this team.
I just try to do whatever the coaches need me to do. If they need me to play defense, I'll play defense, offense, special teams, just anything they need me to do.
All right, Hobbs Price, a big part of the 56-7 win tonight. I know your coach is waiting on you over there. Appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
Best of luck rest of the season. All right, guys, let's go ahead and send it back to you.
Big win there. Time for the Blitz best. Stony Point. Check this out. Donovan Rybacek to Griffin Trees. And then he hook and ladders it to Tyler O'Bannon on 3rd and goal. The diving score right there. They would lose to Belton, but that play was lit, as the kids say.
As the kids would say, or as you say. More scores for you. Salado beats Hyde Park 35-27. Laredo United, wow, look at that, all over Stevens 45-10.
This one's backwards. Somerset beat McCollum 27-0. Harlingen takes down Reagan 22-20.
All right, one more set of scores for you. Southwest over Holmes 30-16, and Burbank gets Highlands in a close one 35-32. Week 3 in the books.
That's good. I think we should rename the Blitz best to just, it's lit. Connect with the young fan
Only
base.
if you do that every time.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll dab. We'll
I think
Snapchat.
dabbing's
It'll
like
be-
last season.
Be all the rage, probably.
All right, we're out. That's it for the Blitz. See you next week.